Oh, I'm Winny Maas. I'm the M of MVRDV. I'm an architect, an urban planner, and I have an office in Rotterdam and in Shanghai at the moment. We can make buildings all over the world, but and I'm here in Tirana. I'm already here for a long time. Anyway, I think I started to come here maybe 12 years ago, something like that. So I think the country has been looking with different political views what should be the investments and how to do that. Make a highway to Kosovo, make investment on the airport, all clear. So it's like a ping pong game, basically what your country is doing in order to grow somehow and to turn it into a zone which has a welfare, has an economy, and has a good middle class and has facilities and comfort in that way. So that's the dream that we are witnessing, and the process towards that is a pinball wizard's game. What I like at the moment, of course, is that you try to do it in a very visual way, because this kind of emerging act, and that within Europe. Because if you do it visual, then you obtain attention from the outside world. You get more respect in that way, and that's not an easy way, because many people will criticize me. I have also a culture of criticism a lot here, and that's and there are more newspapers than ever other part of the planet there, and basically that's good, but you have to construct. You also can kill the baby before it's born. So one should. I think I want to defend the fact that you see your country, the emerging of your country, as a project, and then you want to show it to the world, and then you want to say we do it on our way, and we do it also in a better way. We learn from the Spanish coasts and the disasters that have been taking place on the Montenegro coast. We do it only in a kind of hidden way and make the best pristine forest directly on the coast. Or if you say I want to that your cities, Durrës and Tirana, the best thing that you have, that you're close to the mountains, close to the sea, and close to the fields. So don't fill it up everything, but let their fields be in that conglomerate. Use your mountains therefore. I dream to make say on top of the mountain, to extend it and turn it somehow in a kind of beautiful place that you can go to, a public place on top of it, which is with a hotel, with a plaza that can go there. Use it and make on the coast a kind of not a resort, but keep it completely forested in a way. And if you want to make some program on it, do it in the forest and do it as like a hideaway in that respect. So I already see that you can do it in your own way that can be completely different in other ways. And if we see this project that we call the country, well, it's a country, it is not so big. It has 3 million inhabitants, so we can even say it's a city, the same size as, say, Berlin, something like that. So what do you do with this new Berlin in its way? It has one thing, of course, with this coming out is that you want to have liberty. But everyone wants to do what he or she wants. I think that's a beauty. But of course, with the risk that he or she becomes too loud, that he or she does the same as the neighbor, and that you don't talk with each other. So I think the project is about that, about the combination of, on one hand, freedom and making place for freedom, and on the other hand is to establish a place for, say, responsibility, for collectiveness. And there are many things that I see in this project that you can politically convince everyone that what is needed. Everyone wants to have a good economy. Everyone wants to have a hospital that's functioning and not to go to Thessaloniki. Everyone wants to have access in that way. Everyone wants to have that the coasts are, and everything is clean and cleaned up. So I cannot imagine, even with all the culture of criticism that I can see, that people are against that. So that gives already, say, an agenda of what everyone can share, so that every community takes a piece of that. You can have your freedom, but you have to do it clean. You have to make a piece of a forest. You have to. So this compensation, I think, is somewhere a part of this project to make it feasible. And the second element that I would like to say in this project that there is short and long term. So I think it's very important to build rapidly, say, mini projects to show already that things are improving. Sewage system there, a highway connection there, a theater there, school improvement of schools over there, and in the same time think about what the longer vision can be that goes beyond maybe even the political situation as it is now or coming up now, which could say that yes, make space for new rights, human legal rights in many of the illegal areas. Yes, think about what the future infrastructure can be between here and Greece and the north in that way, and yes, think about how your coastal plan can operate in a while, or your mountaineering plan, or your vineyard plan, or your agriculture plan in that way. So how this can form part of that poetry. But don't forget that you should construct it immediately. Elements for that from the heritage, from the past. Turn your pyramid in this fantastic open structure that could be. Make this new element on the mountains. Make your central station. Finish the project of the central square, where you can demonstrate and where you can show your opinions, but turn it into a beautiful enterprise, and to create quality in that way. It's important to intervene also rapidly, and I would propose for this moment to make a variety of interventions in the short term. Why? Because it's hard to say what is the most important. So yes, there should be establishment that say for the moment, the illegal construction, that you make schools there, or that you combine making schools with new housing in it, that you use investors for doing that, turning it immediately into mini monuments almost. Yes, that you make your first paths go up on the hill, or turn it into a destination over there. Yes, that you make maybe the highway to Dura slightly better by better exits and entrances, which is a mess at the moment, or only the signing system for such an area. Yes, finish the plaza in the center so that you can gather and can show yourself, and yes, start cleaning the lake on south part of Tirana, so that you can swim in the future already rapidly there. And how to pay it is then a question, because by taxes, yes, partly by developers and investors, yes, please, and so show that immediately visually that you can do that. And sustainable is an important word, and it can because it means that you think about longer term. That is it is, and of course it's clear that some elements need to be updated. Your waste and cleaning system is important to improve that, because there's still a lot of rubbish. If I drive from here to the boat to Corfu, then I pass by a lot of say places where that's not like regulated or done. That you try to make a sewage system and a water system that cleans itself. That I think that are clearly tasks that helps to innovate and improve the country. But sustainability goes further. It's also about the economy. Like, what kind of economy fits the country? Is it true that agriculture can be better, or that your vineyards can be improved? They're not visible there yet. So what kind of investment policy would help? Can we make exemplary farms that one or two would already show, which are beautifully planted, and that show what kind of possible sustainable agriculture or food production could be meant here? Another sustainable aspect is, of course, that is your forests. I mean, how to feel that they are good, and that you want to love them. That needs also like protection, but also access, also using it in a certain kind of concepts that you want to go there. At the moment, it's very distant, I would say. So I think the word sustainability is ultimately about love, because if you love things, then you take care of it and you continue with it. So anything you should do should be beautiful and gorgeous. That's the best thing I can say. And the most sustainable building is a building that becomes a monument after a while, because everyone is proud on it. So how to make that? how to make your architects that they do that, because they're also very bad architecture is there partly in your country. So how can we make every building fantastic? How can every forest can be beautiful and turn into something gorgeous that may, or how can any beach be that country? And so I do hope that that this moment can be used to use the energy that's in you, that's in your culture, to enlarge that somehow, and to make more enthusiasm about the opportunities that you have. That is the best you can do. And it was partly there maybe 10, 15 years ago. You felt that this energy was coming out. So I think we have to continue to believe in quality. We have to continue to believe in transparency. You have to continue to believe in the discussion that you want to make things better, if not the best in that way. And even if sometimes it's very difficult, because you have to continue to believe that you can build and construct, and that you have to believe that you can say yes and not saying no to things. And then yes, you have to build up a structure that can do that. You have to make quality boards, both in sociological, economical, as in spatial terms, to guarantee that things are good and that they have that high quality, and to guarantee that they have that perspective that you want to put this country in, and to go beyond the mediocrity that you can see even in Greece or even in Macedonia, and that you can try to do that in your kind of super visible way.